this week is your banker really can't help you if you know how to help him help you.
Wait a minute. Lots of help.
I know. Let me say that again. All right. Because help's important, right? All right. So your banker can help. Your banker really can't help you if you know how to help him help you. So I was going through this in the first segment too, Jack. And I keep having flashbacks to Jerry Maguire, right? The money, show me the money, and then help me help you. Okay, so I have Tom Cruise in my brain today. That's all right.
That's all right. He's a good guy to have.
So most folks don't know how to help their banker. As a matter of fact, most owners these days don't really know their banker very well. It's not the way it used to be, where you used to have the same banker for 15, 20, 30 years. Now you're lucky to have the same banker for a year because people transition a lot. Either they do well and get promoted, or they get plucked away to go somewhere else, or they decide banking's not for them. But it's not unusual when we're talking with small businesses where over the course of 5 years, they may have 3, 4, 5 different bankers.
That's right. The whole business of banking at the smaller company level especially has changed dramatically over the years. And bankers are like anybody else, trying to do their work and trying to do their job. They can only go so far. Most small business owners aren't prepared very well to present their company. That's something we coach. We coach and insist on people, if they stay with us and stay coachable, they're going to be able to present to anybody with confidence, right on the money. And that helps a small banker help you, which is Adam's whole point here of the dirty secret. If that banker has to carry the water to a committee, he has to convince other people that your company is bankable. And if you present a good story with all the right kinds of schedules, with all the right kind of rationale, and basically convey confidence, you're going to help that banker kind of navigate through the process pretty quickly. If you go in there stumbling, stuttering, have no clue what the heck you're talking about, and can't support anything, just that you want and need the money, what the heck? Who's gonna give it to you? If you find somebody, let us know.
Well, if you've asked the question or asked the question that we get a lot, which is, hey, aren't banks in the business of loaning money? And we got asked that question a lot. And yes, they are, but they aren't necessarily in the business of taking a lot of risk. And so there are a couple things that you can do. Okay, first of all, have regular communication with your banker. By regular, maybe quarterly at minimum. It could be simple, having a coffee or a lunch, or invite them to your place of business. But just get to know them a little bit, so they get to know you as well.
No, if your banker's a putz, that's a whole different story. But for the most part, Adam is right on the money.
Okay, well, no,
you gotta suck it up.
Well, if you're regularly communicating with that banker, you'll know if they're a putz pretty quick, right? If that's the case, trust me, the bank wants your business, right? And if your banker is a schmuck, you can get a new banker. Okay, it's in that bank's interest to be able to make that start to happen. To Jack's point, you got to be able to tell them a story, but make sure you go to them before you need the money.
That's right.
The last thing you want to do is go to a banker who you don't really know very well, and go to them when you're desperate for cash that you need next week. Well, the likelihood of that happening are slim and none, because they aren't going to go to bat for you, and they aren't set up to make things happen that quickly. So as silly as that sounds, yes, they are in the business of lending money, and you have to go to them when you don't really need the money.
Wow. Okay. Wait, that goes back to all the help words that you had in the
Right.
Dirty Secret.
So help them. Just make sure you go there when you aren't desperate for that money. That's a key thing. To Jack's point about learning how to present your numbers. Okay, you'll get a lot of forms with banks. Usually, they have lots of questions, and too many owners will punt at this, and they'll kick things over to their CPA or their insurance person or their attorney, versus them filling this stuff out or asking questions. If you don't know why they're asking for something, be sure to ask them about it.
Well, that's part of the confidence. That's part of the knowledge. We coach as business coaches. We have what we call our 7 keys to success, and we define success in this case as growing sustainable profits. And if you master those 7 keys, and we have several clients who have done that and continue to do it, you can go anywhere because your company is going to be successful, profitable. You're going to know how to talk the game. You're going to have the confidence. And the help that is in this title here for the dirty secret is going to be forthcoming because you're so good. Who wouldn't want to invest in you if your company's profitable? You know how to explain where you're going. You know how to explain where you've been. You know how to talk financial language. You know how to talk about your markets and your people. And you have good supporting schedules and whatever it takes with your banker's advice. Not only will you get what you want, but you're going to get your own reputation within that bank that, hey, this guy or gal really knows what the heck they're talking about. And that's what we like to do with our clients. And when you go to a banker prepared and knowledgeable, and you can get there, surprisingly. A little bit of coaching, you can get there pretty quickly.
Yeah, if you're wondering what those 7 keys, and Jack was kind of going through them, he wasn't naming all 7 keys, but he's touching on different parts of those. If you go to MaximumVP.com, there's a link there for the MVP playbook, and there's a great little visual there for our 7 keys. If you touch on all those, and the 7th one is presenting, so you're going to present those other 6. If you touch on all those as part of what you're talking to the banks about, you'll be sure to be very, very well received. And we had a great story with it just recently with a client of ours who was looking to go get some additional funds from his bank, and they had just increased the line of credit about 18 months ago. And was going to go back again and try to get some additional money. So as we got him prepared for this, one of the things that we discovered is he wasn't asking for enough. You know, he's at about $500,000 or so in terms of his line of credit. He wanted to get like another 100 or 200,000.
Wait, that's a big number for a lot of smaller companies. $500,000 is a big deal, and he's going to go up the ladder even more so. But we've been coaching him, and he is successful, and that means he's been growing, and the sophistication of his business changes too. But go on, Adam.
Well, so as we told him, so why don't you ask for a little bit more? Because you could certainly make the case for needing more of it. So why don't you ask for $1 million instead? And if what happens if they come back and they only give you $750,000, you're still ahead of where you'd been before. And he said, okay, that makes sense. As we're going through coaching him up on part of this process, what he had was what we described before in terms he had a new banker. And not only was this person a new banker for him, this person was new to the company too, and they're new to the bank. And so what we talked about was, make sure you ask lots of questions to understand the bank's process. Jack mentioned this committee thing. Each bank's going to be a little bit different. It's important for you as the owner to understand their process as far as who's making decisions, who's in charge here. Because what happened was we talked about the fact that the person he was talking to probably couldn't give the approval that he needed, because chances are a lot of these bankers can only approve a certain amount of loans. So what happened was he asked this banker about the question, and she brought somebody else with her who could approve those kind of things, and had a very quick meeting within 20 minutes of the first discussion. The banker was now selling him on additional services that they wanted to provide.
Turn the table right around. They did get that $1 million. And by the way, our clients are 1 to 25 employees. Most of them start out with credit lines much lower, somewhere around 25, 50,000 bucks, and we start to help them take it up the ladder to support their growth too.
All right, stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to be chatting about the presidential election and the impact on small businesses. I'm Adam Sonhalter.
And I'm Jack Mancini with Maximum Value Partners. We're business coaches, and we can help you. We can. We have a lot of fun helping people because the stuff we do works. So pick up that phone, get on your computer, get on your phone, get on whatever the heck you're getting on, but contact us and we can help you out.